The night my best friend stole my boyfriend, I didn't scream or cry. I went completely quiet, like something inside me just shut off. I remember the room. Her living room. Yellow lamp light. A half-empty bottle of wine on the table. The smell of pepperoni pizza, going cold. I was sitting on the edge of the couch, hands folded tight in my lap, nails digging into my skin. They were standing together. Too close. Close in a way I hadn't noticed before, or maybe didn't want to notice. She said it like she was stating a fact.
Calm.
Almost bored. At least I'm better than you. Those words didn't hit me right away. They floated in the air first. Then they landed. Heavy. I laughed. A short, fake sound. I didn't even recognize it as mine. My boyfriend, no, my ex now, just stared at the floor. He didn't defend me. He didn't say my name. That hurt more than her words. That was the moment everything broke. But it didn't start there. It never does. It started years earlier, when she became my best friend. When I trusted her with everything. When I thought loyalty was real. Her name was Lily. We met in college. First week. I was lost, standing outside the wrong building, holding a printed schedule that already had coffee stains on it. She walked up to me and said, "You look like you need help." She smiled like she meant it. She had long dark hair, always perfectly messy. The kind of girl people noticed without trying. I was quieter.
Softer.
I listened more than I talked. Together, we made sense. Or so I thought. We studied together. Ate cheap noodles at midnight. Shared clothes. Shared secrets. She knew about my fear of being abandoned. About my dad leaving when I was 10. About how silence in a room made my chest feel tight. She knew all of it. Years later, when I met Ryan, she was there too. Ryan wasn't special at first. He worked at a small tech repair shop. Wore the same hoodie every day. He was gentle. He asked questions and waited for answers. I liked that. Our first date was awkward. It rained the whole time. My shoes were soaked. We sat in his car afterward, listening to the rain hit the roof, not talking, just breathing. I remember thinking, this feels safe. Lily was excited for me. Or, at least she acted like it. She asked for pictures.
Asked what he said.
Asked how he kissed. She joked about stealing him, laughing like it was harmless. I laughed too. Looking back, that laugh feels stupid. Over time, things shifted.
Slowly.
So slowly, I barely noticed. Ryan started mentioning Lily more. Lily said this. Lily thinks that. They texted sometimes. About me, he said. About planning surprises. I wanted to believe that. Sometimes I'd walk into a room and their conversation would stop. The silence would stretch too long. Lily would grab her phone. Ryan would clear his throat. I told myself I was being insecure. Lily started making little comments. Tiny cuts. You're lucky, he likes quiet girls. I could never date someone that sensitive. She'd say it with a smile, like advice. Like concern. Ryan changed too. He got distant. When I asked what was wrong, he said I was overthinking. That I was emotional. That Lily agreed. Hearing my name come out of her mouth when she wasn't there made my stomach twist. The night everything exploded was supposed to be a normal visit. Just the three of us.
Wine. Pizza.
Netflix playing in the background, volume low. I went to the bathroom. When I came back, they were sitting closer than before. Her hand brushed his arm. He didn't move away. Something inside me snapped into focus, like a camera finally adjusting. I asked, "Is something going on?" The room went quiet. No music. Just the hum of the fridge. Lily stood up first. She crossed her arms and tilted her head, like she was tired of pretending. "Yes," she said. "There is." Ryan didn't look at me. That's when she said it. "At least I'm better than you."
She listed things. Her job.
Her confidence. How she wasn't always sad. How she didn't need reassurance. Each word felt rehearsed. Ryan finally spoke. I didn't plan for this to happen. I stood up, legs shaking. My ears were ringing. "So, you just let it happen?" I asked. He shrugged. A small movement. That was it. I grabbed my bag. My hands wouldn't stop trembling. I wanted to say something powerful, something sharp. Nothing came out. As I walked to the door, Lily said, "I hope we can still be friends." I didn't turn around. Outside, the air was cold. Too cold. My chest hurt like I'd been running. I sat in my car and stared at the steering wheel for a long time before I could drive. That night, I didn't sleep. I replayed everything. Every look. Every joke. Every moment I ignored because I wanted to believe in them. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was quiet.
Slow.
Intimate. That's what made it unbearable. I didn't know yet that this was only the beginning. The weeks after that night felt unreal, like I was walking through rooms filled with fog. I still woke up every morning at the same time. Still made coffee. Still checked my phone, even though I knew there would be nothing. The silence was loud. My apartment smelled stale, like I hadn't opened a window in years. Maybe I hadn't. Lily didn't text. Ryan didn't call. They disappeared together, and I was left alone with memories that kept replaying without my permission. At first, I waited. I don't know why. Maybe I hoped one of them would feel guilty enough to explain, or apologize, or admit they were wrong. Nothing came. Instead, I saw things online. A photo of them at a restaurant I used to love. Her head leaning toward his hand on her back, exactly where it used to be on mine. Someone commented, "You two are perfect together." My chest tightened so hard I thought I might pass out. I blocked them both that night. It felt dramatic but necessary. Like closing a door that kept slamming open in the wind. But blocking someone doesn't erase them from your head. I started questioning myself. Everything. Was I really that hard to love? Too quiet? Too emotional? Not enough? Her voice lived in my head now. "At least I'm better than you." I heard it when I messed up at work. I heard it when I cried in the shower so no one would hear. I heard it when I stood in front of the mirror and couldn't recognize the person staring back. Months passed. I lost weight without trying. Food tasted like nothing. My friends noticed, but I brushed it off. "Just stress," I said. That word became my shield. Then one night my phone buzzed. A mutual friend. "Did you hear?" she asked. I already knew what was coming. My body knew before my mind did. "They're engaged." I stared at the screen. The word engaged felt fake. Like a typo. There was a picture attached. Lily's hand, ring catching the light. Ryan smiling behind her. My Ryan.
No.
Not mine anymore. I didn't cry right away. I felt empty. Hollowed out. Like they had taken something important with them when they left. I wasn't invited. Of course I wasn't. That hurt more than I expected. It wasn't about wanting to go. It was about being erased. Like I never mattered. Like those years were nothing. After that, something inside me shifted. I stopped trying to understand them. Stopped wondering what I did wrong. I just stopped. I quit my job. A rash decision. Everyone told me not to, but every day there felt like drowning. I needed air. I moved to a smaller place across town. New walls. New silence. This one felt different.
Cleaner.
I disappeared from their lives completely.
No social media.
No shared friends.
No updates.
For the first time, the quiet didn't feel like punishment. It felt like rest. Years passed. Not all at once. Slowly. Painfully. I rebuilt myself in pieces.
I found a new job.
Harder.
Better.
I learned to speak up. Learned to say no. Learned that being sensitive wasn't a weakness, no matter what Lily said. Sometimes the memories came back. Random. A smell. A song. I let them pass through me instead of fighting them.
I thought I was done with that chapter.
Then the phone rang. It was their wedding day.
I didn't know that yet.
I almost didn't answer. Unknown number. I was cooking dinner. The smell of garlic filled the kitchen. Rain tapped softly against the window. Something made me pick up. "Hello." There was breathing on the other end.
Shaky.
Uneven. Then I heard her voice. My best friend. My betrayer. Crying. She said my name. "I don't know why I'm calling you," Lily sobbed. "But everything is falling apart. My heart started racing. And suddenly, the past wasn't past anymore. For a moment, I couldn't speak. Her crying filled the line.
Loud. Messy.
Nothing like the confident voice that once told me she was better than me. Lily, I finally said. My voice sounded steady, even to me. Yes, she sniffed. It's me. I leaned against the counter and stared at the rain sliding down the window. My heart was pounding, but not the way I expected. Not panic.
Not fear. Control.
I'm getting married today, she said, like I didn't already know. And I can't breathe. I can't do this. I almost laughed. Not because it was funny. Because it was unreal. You called the wrong person, I said quietly. I know, she said fast. I know I don't deserve to call you. But you're the only one who ever really knew me. That sentence made my stomach twist. I remembered late nights in college. Her crying over men who didn't text back. Her fear of being alone. The way she needed attention like air. Back then, I held her while she cried. Now she was calling me from her wedding day. What's wrong? I asked. I don't know why I asked. Curiosity, maybe. Or closure. There was a pause. Then she said it. He's not who I thought he was. I closed my eyes. She told me everything in broken pieces. That Ryan had been distant for months. That he compared her to other women. That he made jokes that hurt but said she was too sensitive when she reacted. That word again. Sensitive. She said he got angry when things weren't perfect. That he needed constant praise. That nothing she did was enough. As she spoke, memories lined up in my head like puzzle pieces finally clicking into place. This wasn't new behavior. This was who he was. I thought if I tried harder, he'd choose me, she whispered. Like he chose me over you. That one hurt. Even now. So, why are you calling me? I asked. She cried harder. Because I won. And I still lost. Silence stretched between us. I could hear people in the background. Laughter. Music. The sound of a wedding happening without her heart in it. I ruined everything, she said. I ruined our friendship. I ruined you. And now I'm ruining my own life. I felt something unexpected then. Not joy. Not revenge.
Pity.
Lily, I said slowly, you didn't ruin me. She stopped crying for a second. I disappeared because I needed to survive. I continued. Not because you were better than me, but because I finally realized I deserved better than both of you. She whispered my name again.
Softer this time.
I don't know what to do, she said. I'm in my dress. Everyone's waiting. I imagine her standing in some bright room. White fabric. Makeup perfectly done. Eyes red underneath. This was the moment she thought I would save her. Like I always used to. I can't make this choice for you, I said. I already paid for your choices once. Another pause. Do you hate me? She asked. I thought about it. Really thought. No, I said. I don't hate you. I just don't carry you anymore. That broke her. She sobbed into the phone, and I let her. I didn't rush her. I didn't comfort her either. I just existed on the other end of the line. Finally, she said, he just walked in. I pictured Ryan. The same posture. The same calm face. The same man who couldn't look at me when it mattered. He's asking who you're talking to, she whispered. My chest tightened, but I didn't back down. You don't owe him an answer, I said. She took a shaky breath. I'm scared. I know, I said. But fear doesn't mean stop. Sometimes it means pay attention.
She didn't respond.
Then, very quietly, she said, I wish I had been you. That sentence landed deep. I have to go, she said. Thank you for answering. The call ended. I stood there for a long time after that. The garlic burned in the pan. I turned off the stove and sat down on the floor, back against the cabinet. I didn't know what she would do. But for the first time in years, her choices were no longer my responsibility. And that felt like freedom, that I didn't hear anything for days after that call. No messages. No updates. Nothing from mutual friends. It was like the world went quiet again. But this time the silence didn't scare me. It felt earned. Still, I thought about her wedding more than I wanted to admit. I imagined different endings. Lily running out. Lily going through with it. Ryan smiling like nothing was wrong. I told myself it didn't matter. Whatever happened, it wasn't my story anymore. But the past has a way of knocking when you least expect it. 3 days later, my phone buzzed while I was at work. I was sitting at my desk, fluorescent lights humming above me, the smell of burnt coffee in the air. A message popped up from a name I hadn't seen in years.
Ryan.
My hands went cold. I didn't open it right away. I stared at the screen, my reflection faint in the glass. I felt that old instinct rise up. The urge to explain myself. To defend. To be understood. I took a breath. Then I opened it. I know I shouldn't be texting you. But Lily left. That was it. One sentence. My heart didn't jump. It didn't break. It just slowed down. Left how? I wondered. Before the ceremony? After? Another message came through. She walked out an hour before. Told everyone she was sick. She packed a bag and hasn't come back. I leaned back in my chair. Around me, keyboards clicked.
Phone is gang.
Life went on like nothing had happened. I didn't reply. Minutes passed. Then, she said you talked to her. I closed my eyes. So, I guess this is your fault, the next message said. There it was.
The blame.
It didn't hurt the way it used to. It felt familiar. Predictable. I typed slowly. I didn't make her do anything. Dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. She ruined my life, he wrote. Just like you almost did. I felt something rise up in me then. Not sadness. Not fear.
Clarity.
I remembered every moment I had shrunk myself to keep him comfortable. Every time he dismissed my feelings. Every time he let Lily speak for him. I wrote back.
No.
You ruin people quietly. And when they finally stop accepting it, you call it betrayal. There was a long pause. Then, you think you're better than us now? I almost smiled. I don't think about you at all, I typed. And this time it was true. I blocked his number. My hands were steady. That night, I went home and opened a bottle of wine. Not to numb anything, just to sit with myself. I turned on a lamp and let the room glow soft and warm. I thought about Lily. 2 weeks later, she emailed me. A long message. No subject line. She wrote about the wedding day. How she stood in front of the mirror and felt like she was disappearing. How my voice on the phone was the first time someone didn't tell her what to do. She admitted things she never had before. That she liked being chosen over me. That it made her feel powerful. That she didn't think about the cost until it was too late. She wrote, I became the person I was always afraid of. She didn't ask for forgiveness. She said she moved out. That she started therapy. That she didn't know who she was without comparison. I don't expect a reply, she ended. I just needed you to know I'm finally facing myself. I read it twice. Then I closed my laptop. I didn't respond. Not because I was angry, but because I didn't need to. Months passed, then more. I heard through distant channels that the wedding was officially called off. That Ryan was telling people she was unstable. That Lily quit her job and moved to another city. Their chaos stayed far away from me. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty for choosing peace. I started dating again.
Slowly. Carefully.
I noticed red flags now. I trusted my instincts. I spoke when something felt wrong. I took up space. One night, standing in front of my bathroom mirror, I caught my own eye and didn't look away. I didn't see the girl who was too sensitive.
I saw someone who survived.
And I knew the story wasn't over yet. The last time I saw Lily was 2 years later.
I didn't expect it.
I wasn't looking for her. I was standing in line at a small bookstore cafe on a Sunday afternoon, the kind of place that smelled like old paper and burned espresso. Rain tapped against the windows. Soft music played overhead. I heard my name. Not loud. Careful. I turned around and there she was. She looked different. Not worse. Just real. Shorter hair.
No makeup.
Dark circles under her eyes. She didn't try to hide. She was holding a book to her chest like a shield.
Hi, she said.
My body reacted before my mind did. A tight breath.
A pause.
But I didn't panic. I didn't want to run. Hi, I said back. We stood there awkwardly while the line moved forward. People brushed past us. Life didn't stop for this moment, and somehow that made it easier. I live here now, she said. I didn't know you did. I didn't, I said. I moved recently. She nodded. Silence stretched, but it wasn't sharp. Just honest. I read your email, I finally said. Her eyes filled, but she didn't cry. That felt important. I wasn't sure you would, she said. I didn't reply, I said. I know. We stepped aside with our coffees and sat at a small table near the window. Rain streaked down the glass between us like a barrier. I'm not here to ask for forgiveness, she said quickly. I just wanted to say you were right. About everything. I watched her hands. They were shaking slightly. Therapy? I asked. She gave a small smile.
Yeah.
A lot of it. She told me about her patterns. Her need to win. To be chosen. How she confused attention with love. How losing me forced her to sit alone with herself for the first time. I thought taking him from you meant I was finally enough, she said. But I was empty the whole time. I felt sadness then. Not for myself. For her. I believed you when you said you were better than me, I said quietly. That stayed with me for a long time. She swallowed hard. I know. That's the worst thing I've ever done. We didn't talk about Ryan much. There was nothing left to say. He faded out of the conversation like he had faded out of my life. I'm engaged, she said suddenly, then stopped herself.
No. Sorry.
That sounded wrong. I'm not. I'm learning not to measure my worth by who wants me. I smiled a little. That's good, I said. We finished our coffees. Outside, the rain slowed. I won't reach out again, she said as we stood. I just needed to see you once. To know you're okay. I am, I said. And it wasn't something I had to convince myself of. At the door, she hesitated. You deserved better, she said. From both of us. I know, I said. She left first. I stayed a little longer, watching the street fill with people and umbrellas. I felt light. Not because everything was fixed, but because it didn't need to be. That night, my phone rang again. Not Lily. Not Ryan. It was the person I was seeing. Someone kind. Someone steady. Are you on your way? He asked. Yeah, I said, smiling to myself. I'll be there soon. I hung up and stepped into the night. Some people think karma is loud, that it shows up with drama and tears. But for me, karma was quiet. It was waking up without dread. It was trusting myself again. It was no longer needing an invitation to feel whole. They chose each other once. And I chose myself forever.